Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Eric and I like to read, and today I'm going to be going over new March book releases. So I know we're already in the month of March, and it wouldn't be typical Eric fashion if I wasn't late to something. So here we are getting to new releases that are coming out this month. And yeah, I'm excited to go over some of these with you. There weren't too many that actually piqued my interest for the month of March, but there were a specific few. And so I think you'll see that there's like a typical genre I like to gravitate towards. So you'll probably see lots of those. But, anyways, I'm excited to share that with you guys. And yeah, let's just jump right into it. I also just realized that my sweater tassels are in there because my cat was trying to attack these. So, anyways, I'll take them out now. The first one on my list is the London Seance Society. And this one just sounded pretty interesting to me. So, this is following two women who are trying to figure out how her sister was killed because they believe that she was murdered. And so they go to this place where there is like a seance society, and somebody here actually is very like well known for doing seances, contacting the dead and finding out what happened to them. And so they're going to this place to figure that out. And while they're there, they get caught up in this thing where they're potentially in a crime that's happening as it's happening. And so from there, like we go, and you get to follow the story from there. That's all I really know. I think it sounds pretty interesting and definitely something I would want to see like where it takes me. I haven't read too many books with like ghosts and stuff in them, but the ones that I have read, I really enjoyed. So I think that I'll enjoy giving this one a shot as well and see what happens. And it's also kind of funny because like the main character is kind of the type of person that doesn't really believe in ghosts or anything like that. And so I'm also kind of similar to that. Although like reading them in books is really fun. I don't really believe them like in real life or anything. So that typical like this isn't a horror book, but supernatural horror doesn't really like bother me too much or like scare me or anything. I'm more the type of person that gets like freaked out by just like a serial killer with a knife or something like that. But anyways, that's a sidetrack. This book is not horror, I don't think. But I am interested to see where it goes. And yeah, I could just like picture like watching this as a show. So I think it's going to be a good book. The next one I have is a thriller, and this is called What Have We Done? And this one sounds good. So it says a stay at home mom with a past, a has been rock star with a habit, and a reality TV producer with a debt. Three disparate lives, one deadly secret. So these three actually ended up growing up in this place called Savior House, which was kind of like a orphanage, a place for parentless teens. And now these three are being reunited for a reason that nobody really wants to be reunited for. Somebody is trying to kill them. So now they need to work together to figure out who's trying to kill them and prevent them from killing them. But yeah, it sounds like a pretty fast paced, fun thriller that I'm imagining is going to be written in multi perspectives. So we get to see it from everybody's point of view. And yeah, I think it'll be pretty interesting to see what happens and where it goes. I also would love to puzzle through this because I want to try and figure out like what the motive is of the killer, who the killer is. Like, I love that stuff. So I think that this will be a very interesting one. The next one is called Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers. And this just sounded like such a fun concept. So this is following Vera Wong, who is the owner of like a forgotten tea shop in Chinatown in San Francisco. Another reason that's this is exciting is because I went to San Francisco last year. So like I can kind of picture the area. And so she ends up discovering a murdered man in her tea shop with a flash drive in his hand. And so she calls the police to come take the body away or whatever. But before they get there, she swipes the flash drive and decides that she's going to solve this case because she knows that whoever wants this flash drive is going to be coming back to get it. And so she notices that she has a new influx of customers, and so she starts to get to know each customer and be very friendly, kind of like a mother hen to them, because she wants to try and figure out which one of these people are potentially a killer. But what she doesn't expect is for her to actually start liking these new customers and becoming very friendly with them. And so from there, we're going to have to see what happens. But yeah, it sounds like a very interesting read. And I just like that she's kind of like taking it upon herself to solve this mystery. It's very, she's taking initiative, and I like that. So yeah, I think it's going to be a fun one. Okay, this next one sounds really cool, but it's a fantasy, so I'm going to read it off to you guys. It's called The Foxglove King, and this is the first in a series. So it says, when Lore was 13, she escaped a cult in the catacombs beneath the city of Delaire. And in the 10 years since, she's lived by one rule: don't let them find you. Easier said than done when her death magic ties her to the city. Mortem, the magic born from death, is a high-priced and illicit commodity in Delaire, and Lore's job running poisons keeps her in food, shelter, and relative security. But when a run goes wrong and Lore's power is revealed, she's taken by the Presque Mort, a group of warrior monks sanctioned to use Mortem working for the Sainted King. Lore fully expects a pyre, but King August has a different plan. Entire villages on the outskirts of the country have been dying overnight, seemingly at random. Lore can either use her magic to find out what's happening and who in the king's court is responsible, or die. Lore is thrust into the Sainted King's glittering court where no one can be believed and even fewer can be trusted. Guarded by Gabriel, a duke-turned-monk, and continually running up against Bastion, August's ne'er-do-well heir, Lore tangles in politics, religion, and forbidden romance as she attempts to navigate a debauched and opulent society. But the life she left behind in the catacombs is catching up with her, and even as Lore makes her way through the Sainted Court above, they might be drawing closer than she thinks. That sounds really good. Like, I'm pumped. I was sold as soon as I heard the words death magic. Like, I'm in. You got me. So yeah, I think this one sounds very captivating, and it's definitely sounding like it's going to be a good start to a series. Then we have this one called The Golden Spoon, and this is a murder mystery on the set of a reality baking TV show. So that's all I really know about this one, but it sounds fascinating, and like, I'm a sucker for reality TV. I haven't seen too many that are baking related, but having a murder mystery with like baked goods, it just sounds like something that would be really fun. I know there's a lot of cozy mysteries that are kind of like along those lines. So yeah, I think this one will be fun, and I'm looking forward to seeing like what happens with this one. It also says it's for fans of people that like Lucy Foley, and I have the guest list by Lucy Foley. I haven't read it yet, but she's really good at doing like secluded thrillers, I've heard. So if this is like a secluded setting, baking competition in like a castle, then I'm totally here for it. I think it's going to be awesome. So yeah, just another thriller that I want to throw on my TBR that never stops growing. And then the last one I have on this list is called A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon. And like, that's just a funny title in itself. But this one sounds funny. It's about a girl named Mariel who is a witch. She's supposedly going to be like the most powerful witch in her family, but instead of doing all the witchy stuff, she prefers baking and gardening. Those are like the things that she does. That's her jam. And so she is doing a spell when she's baking, but accidentally does it incorrectly and summons a like soul bargain demon. So this demon shows up, and he has been relentless. He will not leave Mariel alone because he wants to stay here until they can complete this soul bargain. Mariel has no intention of completing this bargain because she never wanted to do it in the first place. And this demon also has kind of had some bad luck in the demon ways. And so he's trying to do this bargain so that he can like bring his reputation back up again. So anyways, yeah, it's just the two of them kind of bantering back and forth. I feel like there's going to be some sort of flirtatiousness coming out of this because it says that they start to notice different things that they like about each other. And so, yeah, I think this is going to be very entertaining and a fun, witchy rom-com. So, yeah. And those are all the books that I'm excited for that are coming out in March. Let me know if you have any other ones that you notice that you like coming out in March, because I'm always open to learning about new books. If you guys want to support me, I have a Patreon and a Coffee page, which I'll put in the description down below, as well as a link to buy my bookmarks. You guys know the drill. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification button so you get notified when I post new videos. I post new videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And until next time, keep on reading.